I've got the top 6 things you need to do in order to strategically plan your content in 2025. Because the last thing you want to do is just to get on camera and wing it. The last thing you want to do is create reels and TikToks on the spot thinking that you're going to make money in your business. And in today's video, I'm going to show you 6 things you need to do in order to create great content and plan it. So today I'm going to show you what are some of the things that I do to strategically plan my content, because as a business owner, the last thing I want to do and you want to do is to be constantly creating content, right? So if we can plan it, then it makes the whole process a lot easier. I know me personally, in 2025, one of my big focuses is for 1 week a month that I am filming all of my YouTube content, my podcast content, and then all of my short content for the month. So 1 week, no meetings, just content creation, but all of that takes planning. And so I'm going to tell you the top 6 things that I do to strategically plan my content. All right. So let's go with the first thing. The first thing you want to do to plan your content is you've got to identify what are the goals, not just for the content, but for your business. Okay. So for example, we have a goal of selling my course. It's called Vertical Video Mastery. Currently, at the time of recording it, it is $597. It is 6 weeks of content marketing strategic training with like videos and live coaching and all that. And, if I'm going to be selling that in the month of February, then my job in January and February is to create content that's going to help me sell that particular course. Okay. So before you start creating content, you got to ask yourself, what are my goals? What are my goals with my content? Are you trying to get people to follow you? Are you trying to get people to opt into free things you have? Or are you trying to sell a product or service? What is the actual goals? Okay. Because again, the last thing you want to do is creating content and you don't know why you're doing it. You don't know where it's going. You want to know exactly what each piece of content is going to be doing for you and for your business in order to have great success with it. Okay. The second thing you have to do is you have to determine what calls to actions you will use to lead them to your desired result. What does that mean? Well, listen, we all know that social media platforms no longer want us to say, click the link in bio, okay? Because it causes content suppression. And so because we know that, that means we have to say different things in our videos. We have to say different things, different text on screen, captions, chat bots, all the different things. You have to determine what exactly are going to be your calls to actions, especially if they are chatbot related. Because what does that mean? You're going to have to choose what is your keyword. Now, if you're not familiar with chatbots, so typically you use a tool like ManyChat, who sponsored this video. You can start with ManyChat for free. Just click the link here in the description. And with ManyChat, I can tell ManyChat to the word repurpose, right? And if somebody comments the word repurpose on Instagram or on Facebook, they're going to get an automatic message that tells them to check their DM. When they check their DM, they're going to get a detailed message that I previously created and programmed into the bot, and it's going to give them a link. Okay, so I know that when I'm creating this certain type of content that I'm focusing on repurposed content, then I'm going to tell them, comment the word repurpose. Now, if I want them to join my Vertical Video Mastery course, then my chatbot keyword is vertical. And if they comment the word vertical on Instagram or on TikTok, they're going to get a certain message on the message, and they're going to get a message in their DM with the goal of getting them to join our course, Vertical Video Mastery. So you have got to know what are these keywords, what are the CTAs that you're going to be using in your content. So that way, before you start creating the content, you're actually programming or creating whatever needs to be created. So that way, when you do give your call to action, it's going to get your desired result. Okay. Now, the third thing that you need to do to plan your content is that you have to determine your audience's pain point so that you can cover it in your content. Because again, as a business owner, your desired result is you want to make money, right? So in order for you to connect with people on the platforms, you got to figure out what's going on with those people. Why are these people going to stop and watch your content? Why are they going to read? Why are they going to watch? Why are they going to engage? And why are they going to take the action that you want them to take? And typically it's because you have uncovered something that they're dealing with, right? Something that they are aware of or something that they are unaware of, or you have uncovered how you can help them go from here to here, whatever that thing is, right? So before you start to strategically create content, you got to figure out, who are you creating content for, right? Like, let's just say you're creating 4 YouTube videos. What are these 4 topics, right? Now, you can choose topics all day long, but is that what your audience needs help with? If it's not what your audience needs help with, then that's not what you want to create content around. You've got to figure out within your niche, what is happening with your audience, all right? What is their pain point? What are they saying? I need help with this, this, and this. And once you identify what that is, then you can start strategically creating content, planning content to help them with that. Number 4. The 4th thing you need to do to plan your content is that you have to identify 4 to 5 content styles, okay? You have to identify 4 to 5 content styles. Now, what does that mean? What I mean by that is that are you going to do talking head videos, right? Are most of your content going to be you speaking directly camera to them or what have you? Are you going to create content where it's a skit? Right? Are you going to do pointing content? Are you going to do tutorials? What is it that you're going to do with your content? Now, listen, a lot of times you can do multiple, right? So if you look at my content, you will see that I usually do 4 or 5 different things, right? Now, I have tested some of these things and determined, what works best. And so I know if I do this kind of content, this happens. If I do this, this happens, so on, and so on, right? So you want to identify 4 to 5 different types of style of content that you can create, because the last thing you want to do is all your videos are talking head videos. You're in the same spot like me, in the same spot. And if every single thing looks exactly the same, guess what's going to happen? It's going to become mundane to the people that are watching, and they're just going to scroll away because nothing looks different. So give yourself the permission and the creativity to have 4 to 5 different content styles. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to always create 4 to 5 different styles. That means you're giving yourself a range to start with, and you may realize these 2 actually work best. Okay. But first you've got to test what's working with the 4 to 5, and then you can narrow it down. The 5th thing that you need to do to start planning your content is identify how many short videos, blogs, long videos, image posts, and carousels you want to create. Now, you may do all of that, some of that, or one of that, but you've got to identify how many are you trying to do. So I know on this channel, I have 4 long videos that happens on Mondays, and then 4 podcast episodes that come on Thursdays. And so because I know that I know I have to create 8 long horizontal videos. Okay. So before I start to film, I know, all right, what am I talking about this month of January? What am I talking about? I'm talking about this on Monday, this on Thursdays, and I've got it planned out, right? Now, what that does is it lets me know what in the world my content is going to be about, right? What my titles are, what my descriptions, my bullet points, things of that nature. And then when it comes to like short videos, typically I do about 3 reels a day. I know it sounds like a lot, but we do a lot of B-roll. If I know I'm doing 3 a day, 5 days a week, then that's 15 videos a week. Okay, that is 60 videos per month, right? So if I know I got to get 60 videos out per month, then what does that mean? I've got to have topics for 60 of those videos. Now they can all be very similar, but the point is we have to know how much content we're trying to actually get out, so then we can start planning, all right? Because if you're just always doing everything as it's happening, then guess what happens? On a day when you can't do something, nothing gets posted, right? Nothing is open for your business. So you've got to strategically know what you want to do, how much you want to do it, so then you can plan. And then the 6th thing that you want to do to strategically plan your content is identify all of the content that has to be filmed, B-roll, or reuse. What does that mean? That means that sometimes when you're planning your content, you're going to film some content. Some content you're going to do is going to be B-roll, meaning you're typing on a computer, you're talking here, you're doing these different things that have nothing to do with direct to camera, right? And then other things where you're like, okay, I posted this 90 days ago. I posted this 6 months ago, 9 months ago, 12 months ago. It's time to repost that. You've got to identify, okay, what can be filmed, what can be B-roll, and what can be reused, okay? Because again, you're not a machine. You are a person, and you don't want to constantly be creating content when you can have filmed content, B-roll content, and you can have repurposed content, all right? So all of that really helps you to strategically think through things. Now, let me read these to you again, all right? Because I know it was a lot. 1, identify your goals for the month. Determine your CTAs, determine your audience's pain point, identify 4 to 5 content styles, okay? Identify how many short videos, long videos, blogs, image post carousels you want to create. And then number 6, identify all the content that has to be filmed, B-roll, or repurposed, okay? Now, the whole goal of this is so that you can have your best year ever, right? And the best year comes by planning, all right? Now, if you're someone and you're saying to yourself, that was amazing, I want more help with this. If you want to work with me directly, there is a link in the description, and you can actually either, whether it's a one-on-one call or you can work with me for a day and I can help you with your business. So whether it's a one-on-one call or it's a VIP day, all of that is going to be in the description. If you haven't already done so, be sure to like the video, ask me anything in the comments, subscribe to the channel. We have a video that comes out twice a week, every Monday and Thursday.